some inspiration going forward, and you can take away that. And let me introduce our panelists here. We have Dr. Shilpa Agadi. She's studied BDS in India and Dilli. She's studied and done her residency in New York and has been a general family dentistry practitioner for the last 20 years. She's a dentist by profession and is now a business owner. And she will talk to us about her journey of entrepreneurship and how she, how her experience has been. Thank you for being here, Shilpa. And then we have Shashank Bhavimane. He is a data systems administrator in US Marine Corps Reserve, and in his civilian life he's a software engineer. We've been trying to talk to Shashank for a very long time, and he's finally agreed to spend some time with us. And then we have Veena. She's been here in the US for over 30 years, and after her kids grew up, she took her real estate license and tried exploring that as a career, but didn't really like it. And then now she's invested herself into golf as a hobby, and is thoroughly enjoying it. So thank you so much for being here, Veena. Then we have Vishal Kuruvanka. So I need to actually look up Vishal's. There's a lot of complicated things. I didn't study here, so I don't understand all those. He taught high school math as part of Teach for America. And then he's also a founder of a national non-profit organization promoting education across the country, which looks to support youth community, social community workers. And he's now doing his public policy, studying his master's in public policy from the University of Chicago. Thank you. And then we have Priya Amaresh. So she did her undergrad and grad school in education curriculum development, and she's taught elementary and middle school, and has had early childcare centers for 8 years, I think. And now, currently she is serving as the Hindu chaplain at Duke University. So she will share her experience. Their introductions are much longer actually, and many of you may know them personally, but I would recommend take time after the session, just get to know them much more. And as part of today's session, we will not have any Q&A session. In order to get more information, anything that resonates with you, please feel free to reach out to them. They've all been courteous enough to give out their email address, so if you have any questions, you can reach out to them. Even another Vishal, this is not hig ಮಾಡಿ ಹಾಗೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ hig ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ತರ session ಅಲ್ಲ. It's a very much their own personal experiences that they'll be sharing. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಹೇಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ. It's their personal perspectives. And the way we would do is, I have some questions that I'll ask, and they'll all share their experience, and they'll go around the table and share their experience. So without further ado, let's get started. So, okay, let's start from here. So let's get to the beginning. My very first question to you guys is, how did it all start? Whatever that you were doing, how did you all end up here today? So, Shilpa, from your being a professional dentist to your business owner, how did that journey happen?
I'm a dentist from India, graduated in 1998, and then I came to US in 98. And after I came here, for the medical profession, it's a little hard when compared to the other professions. We have to go through all our board exams. We have to, and for dental, it's a little different. We have to go to schools. We have to get our own degree. So it wasn't easy. I'm not saying my part was tough, but it was a long journey. Then I went on to do my BDS in UIC, University of Illinois, Chicago. And then I practiced for 15 plus years in corporate dentistry. And then I thought, it's high time I have my own little place that I can call my own and have it run by my concepts, my ideas. And the bottom line was, I just wanted to have my own legacy. And I wanted to help, everyone, my community, my people, and that's how I ended up being a business owner. I started my practice in 2018. It's going to be 4 years now in October. By God's grace, is doing okay. I'm hoping to see, much improvement, and it's been an up and down journey, but certainly totally worth it. Thank you.
So, Shashank, things do hate it, but it's very common for young people to just look at what's happening around them and it's like, okay, this is what I do, or a lot of kids in your age, they don't even know what they want to do. So, from college to getting into military services, how did that happen?
So for me, I was already started my bachelor's degree, and while I was there, I've always had an interest in military history and also serving the country. So while I was there, I started talking to a recruiter about the reserves program and how I could kind of juggle both my college life and also military training. So while I was there, I ended up taking about like a year off from my studies, and then I went and pursued the reserves option. And so basically what got me started was the talking with the recruiter, and he showed me the reserves option, how it would fit, and exactly like how much time I would need to take off school to go and pursue that. And so all in all, I was gone for about 10 months, like active duty. And after that, the commitment for reserves is very minimal. So it's one weekend out of the month, so basically just 2 days a month and 2 weeks during the summer. So that kind of like minimal obligation has allowed me to pursue like my other interests. I was able to graduate school and then find work as a software engineer. So I think that option is open to anyone who kind of wants to explore the best of both worlds, I think. And that's why I was like, kind of glad I did that, to experience many different like opportunities that I never would have otherwise.
And when you say recruiter, was that your somebody in the college, or is that a military recruiter?
Yeah, so it's a military recruiter. Basically, they'll you put in your address on the whatever branch website that you have, and there's already a recruiter assigned to whatever address you have. So then once you put in that address, they'll reach out to you and then set up an appointment to try and give you more information about to see if it's a right fit for you.
Okay. So Veena, then my next question is to you. And yours is the story that I resonate the most with, because it so happens to many of us, right? Women, we go through whatever career path and we have kids, and then it's all about kids. So from there to having a deep interest in your specialty sports, how did that happen to you?
My kids were growing up, I had a lot of free time, so I wanted to keep myself busy. My two choices were tennis and golf. And it so happened that at Country Club, there was an announcement on the notice board. They were giving beginner golf clinics for ladies. So I said, okay, let me sign up for it. I signed up for it and started going to the clinics once a week. And I met other ladies who were also beginners. So then we met, we talked, and we started playing together. We just started playing 9 holes. Which is about half a round of golf, which takes about 2 to 2.5 hours. And slowly we, played more often. And the club also had 9 more ladies team. So we signed up for that and started playing with it. That's how it started.
Awesome. So, Vishal. So, even when prepping for the session, I asked you, like, can you tell me again what to do? Can you tell me what the story here is? So, there are so many moving pieces, but I do, let's talk a little bit about the non-profit organization, how that came about, and what brought you to that journey.
Sure. So for me, I think where it begins is very clearly from my parents. So they were very. No, I mean, even around the house, they're always taking action, trying to fix problems. So we saw that growing up. And when I went to college, I didn't per se have a passion. I wanted to do medicine. I was doing research at MD Anderson, University, whatever. But, I saw the surrounding area at U of H. It was kind of run down. It wasn't of the best quality. And I was thinking, how can we begin to solve this? And I think what we ended up coming with, I had 2 really good friends. We kind of worked together. We were like, education is the basis of any community. Even our culture here is very strong because of our education, right? It's passed down for generations. You guys are bringing this here to America, passing it down to us. I think it's really important. So for me, I think the root of change is education. We started to go into schools, just me and 2 other friends. That's how it started. And we just did it by taking action. And we sent about 50 to 60 emails. We only got 2 responses in the beginning. From those 2 responses, today we have about 20 chapters across the US. We've served over 3,000 students. We've worked with over 150 student leaders. So I think the main thing is, if you're passionate about something, you don't even need to be passionate. I think just taking that first step,